if you can take his power and you can beat on to the body and pressure him, and if you got to punch. It's not. See, Rolly was on my thing. It was on the lookout because he's just a different cat. I mean, explosive, cocky, a guy that is surprising. He's spontaneous, and he can surprise you. And all it takes is one punch, and he's strong. He's super strong, man. But when you're fighting a guy like Gervonta Davis, that is technically sound, accurate with his shots, precise with his punches, and just confident, it's going to be tough for Rolly. And you read, I said, somebody has the discipline to be able to tame this beast and deal with the roughhouse tactics and so on and so forth, that he can be beaten. So
not without a fight.
Not without a fight, because he's going to fight. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah, I think with the Cruz fight, he kind of showed like pressure could work against a guy like Gervonta, right?
Facts.
Yeah.
It can. I mean, against any southpaw, against any fighter, a lot of times pressure. I mean, even against Floyd Mayweather. I mean, you look at it, Floyd Mayweather, would isolate you more times than none with his movement and just, his combinations and his jab and, his quick reflexes and, quick responses off the counter. But, we saw Matisse get in close. We saw, what's the kid name? Not Broner, the Madonna. Yeah, not Matisse, Madonna. We saw Castillo get close. I mean, Cotto get close. So, like, yeah, I mean, it's a lot of guys, but they still didn't figure out the puzzle. But I'm just saying, like, there's vulnerability there, I believe with Tank as well. If you can take his power and you can beat on to the body and pressure him, and if you got to punch too to where he respected, then he's beatable. Every fighter's beatable, man.
I was surprised about what happened, but it just didn't look like Burchell was him. I hate to say it, but it doesn't look like there's much left.
Nah, he definitely was a shell of himself. In the fighter meeting, I knew something wasn't right, especially when I asked him and his trainer. I said, "What was the test during the training camp?" Because I've been in a situation similar to his, and I had the fight of the year with Ruslan Pavanikov. Took a lot of punishment in that fight, some big shots, and I knew mentally I wasn't the same. I was unsure of myself if I could take a punch, taking that many shots during the course of a fight. So what my trainer did, Joel Diaz at the time, put me in the ring first day in the gym against Lucas Matisse, big puncher. And he's like, you're either gonna sink or you're gonna swim. And depending on how you look today, we're gonna take the Marquez fight or not, depending on how you look today. If you look gun shy, whatever it is, can't take a punch, whatever, then we're not gonna take the fight because I care about your health. All right, so I got in the ring, held my own, wasn't spooked at all. I fought the best I possibly could. I was out of shape, but Matisse, he did his thing. But after that, we said, "Oh, we're ready," because I was in there with a big puncher, and he wanted to see how I react to it. You don't want to wait till you get here to see how your fighter react. You got to test them in the gym. We always hear fights are won in the gym. That's true. They all won inside the gym and how you prepare for things. He should have got tested before he got in there because I saw a guy that was gun shy inside the ring. I saw a guy a little bit confused as far as, how to beat, because a little bit of his nature was probably taken away because he was trying to be a little bit more economical and more defensive with his approach because he didn't want to get hit. So, but it is what it is, and I said during the telecast or during the broadcast, I said, man, mentally it affects you, and not only mentally but physically. When he got hit with that jab and he went down on, right on the chin, that right there, told me so. His legs never looked great at all. Never looked like he was, his legs was ever stabilized. Yeah, he was always walking on eggshells, and that's Burchell. That is Burchell, but when he would end the round and go back to the corner, I was like, oh my gosh, like somebody needs to step up and stop this action because he's taking some big shots. Nakatila is a big puncher, And I also said that if he can get past Nakatila, the punching power, I mean, that right hand, then he can possibly do something in his division. Obviously, that didn't happen tonight. So I would advise, I mean, only he knows his body, but just based on what I saw tonight, shell of himself now. Oscar Valdez fight probably ended his career, no doubt about it.